Hey Scenesters, welcome back to the Seattle Sound. In this episode, we're going to look at Ion Seattle again on location. So we're going to leave the studio, follow our host, Michael Dean, to Sit and Spin. Sit and Spin was one of those laundromat, game room, live music venues. You know those. So at Sit and Spin, he's interviewing Super Deluxe. Super Deluxe, while not having typical the Seattle Sound, was definitely part of the Seattle Sound, one of the later waves lapping the beaches of the Seattle Sound. Super Deluxe's contemporaries were more like Modest Mouse, Harvey Danger, Sunny Day Real Estate, who went on to back Dave Grohl in the Foo. By this time, every band in Seattle felt like they were on the verge of being famous, or so they dreamt. Having become familiar in the art of interview, but still very new to the art of television, I felt like I was loading an avatar with questions, rolling tape, and then seeing what would unfold. So let's do that.
This is Ion Seattle. I'm your host with the most, Michael Dean. I'm standing here at Monkey Management, their offices, the people that put on Super Deluxe. We're doing the big interview with them at Michael Rose's club, the Sit and Spin. This is Super Deluxe. They're blowing up. They're doing Rolling Stone magazine this week. They're in it on page 33, and they're also on the cover of The Rocket. Check it out. And we'll be back. We're going to cut to a quick commercial. Peace. Check us out.
I'm Marco Collins from The End, and
I'm Tony Marigi.
And you're watching Ion Seattle with your host, Michael Dean, live at 5 every Thursday. Can you tell I'm reading a cue card here? Every Thursday on Channel 29. Watch it.
Welcome back from commercial. You know this is Ion Seattle, and with us we have the coolest band in the whole world, Super Deluxe. Hey, welcome on to the show. Thanks for being here. Thank you. Contrary to popular opinion, Super Deluxe is 4 band members, not 3. Get with the program.
John's just sometimes absent. John isn't feeling very well, as I drew him today.
As far as influences, man, who has influenced you guys? I mean, you have a bunch of different songs.
Mariah Carey, Stefan.
Love her.
John?
I think he says Mariah Carey.
Speechless. Watchman Jetsam or something.
You guys have
different influences. Yeah, it's really weird, because John here would have told you that he came from kind of the heavy metal background, but then he kind of moved into the sugar kind of Posey-esque side of things.
Oh, John, you're not here to defend yourself. You're going to love this interview later.
No, well, I'm sure he will. But
well, like we're talking like butt rocker, or like what kind of?
No, he had hair extensions, but that's beside the point.
He
was in a band called Discovery. Yeah, he was in a band called Discovery.
Saw you up on stage playing one of your hit songs. Tell us a little bit about that. How you guys hooked up together.
Well, basically, I'll tell this.
Hey, Miles.
Actually, I had met Braden a long time ago, and me and my girlfriend and him and his wife went bowling, and we had lots of fun. But sang and I played the drums. It didn't make this like powerful duo, you know. There's no Catherine to do. At any rate, we did. It just didn't work.
Bang on the drums.
Well, the Spinanes had already started. Yeah, that's right.
They'd never done that.
And Braden was doing his own acoustic things that was very rocking. And also played in a band called Wish until there was another Wish band. And I was the wishbone of it.
Disbanded.
Yeah. And me and Jake had been friends for a long time. I had played in the band previously with John.
Jake's the soul and quiet.
No, he's not. No, he's sleepy. Yeah, this is true. But
I'm letting him have the floor.
Jake and I we were trying to be some T-Rex, Hanoi Rocks, glam rockers, you know, whatever. And it wasn't going too well, so we were being scenesters, and he goes, that Braden Blake guy you met a long time ago, he's playing, acoustic at the Color Box. So we went down there, and I think in the Rolling Stone, Jake pooped his pants when he saw it.
That's a classic, man. Rolling Stone, page 33 this month. Check it out, man. There's some classic articles, and I didn't want to touch on that too much because you guys are, on the way up and everything, very much so, and you're going to have every other damn interviewer saying, so what's it like being a rock star, and, blah, 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 and you're going to have to answer those questions over and over, but some hilarious. You guys are comedic. I mean, not just, you're a rock star deal, but you guys are funny as hell. Where do you get that? Is it just
really comes through today?
Yeah.
That's all. That's, lighting.
I'm tired.
You turn it on. We're up.
The comedy comes out, actually, I don't know, I think when we get a little giddy, when we're not tired, when we're too tired or something.
Delirious almost after.
Delirious humor.
What are the shows like? I mean, do you have like a set? Do you guys play like a specific set, or is it just however the crowd's reacting, gigging to you? What do you do?
Last night it was definitely crowd kind of play because we played songs we didn't even know.
Yeah.
Freebird.
They just throw up. Maybe they do. You guys play Freebird.
Well, like 20 seconds of it.
I would love to see this. And when you see you guys doing, all these big shows and all this, people ever assume that you guys are just filthy rich, with a rock star attitude to boot?
Well, I think so. I think like we actually get the money that we play shows and get paid. We actually keep it in our pockets.
For the longest time I thought, this is kind of weird, None of us have rock star attitudes when we don't, snort cocaine and drink champagne. So we're gonna finish last.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna finish last because we're nice guys.
Doesn't it feel like that sometimes? Really?
And so and then finally, some people go, no way, you guys are making the right decision. Things are going great.
We always had a philosophy that we were gonna have fun and write some upbeat music, and also we want to be a pop band in a non-pop city. And it's worked out pretty well so far. So.
We're going to cut to a commercial real quick.
You guys have commercials on public access?
We have everything on public access.
PSAs?
Public service announcements, now that he's corrected us. We're going to cut to an AIDS awareness commercial and probably a drunk driving commercial, and we'll be back with Super Deluxe. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.
AIDS has taken too many lives. The University of Washington is now studying an experimental vaccine to prevent HIV. To make sure the vaccine works for all ethnic groups, we need more African American, Asian, Hispanic, Native American, and Pacific Islander volunteers. In time, hopefully, there won't be any more AIDS deaths. To find out about this important research, please call this number right now. For all of us.
I was born in eastern Washington, just down the road from Hanford. We picked a lot of fruit and ate vegetables right out of the garden. We always lived a healthy lifestyle, but then my parents died young of cancer, and I've been diagnosed with hypothyroidism. I wonder if our health problems could be caused by releases of radiation from Hanford.
When friends don't stop friends from drinking and driving. Friends die from drinking and driving. Friends die from drinking and driving can kill a friendship.
Welcome back from commercial. If you were out there in TV land, this is Super Deluxe, band of the hour, band of the decade, and band of the century. Guys, welcome back from commercial break. Stop hiding behind the coffee cup. They know you're famous. Speaking of famous, see that segue? See that segue? That's why I'm a talk show host, man, because I've got skills. Every now and then I hide them so well that people don't recognize them. But famous, what was it like hearing that on the radio for the very first time?
Jake pooped his pants.
Jake always poops his pants.
I was riding on the road, man. Soiled his...
Were you, I mean, no, honestly, when you, where were you? I mean, can you remember, you know, like the JFK thing, everybody back
When I heard it on the radio?
Yeah.
I was driving down the road.
Wow.
And I think I was with my manager, Darren, and we pulled up to his house, and he knew that they were going to play it on the radio that day, but at some time they were going to give it a spin. And we just happened to pull up to his house, and it just started, and freaked out.
That's me, man, that's us.
It was just a weird feeling. That's totally weird.
You get that stupid smile that's like ear to ear that you can't get rid of,
and then they talk about you afterwards, and it's just, that's kind of weird.
Was it Marco? Or
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. TV time, man. Have you guys done the television show before?
Tool time?
You're gonna be huge.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be huge.
Yeah.
Because I fall asleep on camera.
Yeah, that's it.
You gotta do.
I'll start falling asleep
like this, man. Just nod off every now and then, so at least give that feeling that you're the big rock star, you know, and you guys are into the drugs and the whole backdoor thing. Just, you know, like maybe you guys are welcome to light up a cigarette too, because that will give us.
Oh, that'll make us look rock.
Exactly. That way we'll, you know, you can't have
Yeah, I'd like to have one out.
Yeah. Yeah, light it up together, man. See, they're rock stars. You thought they were just down
See
to
that?
earth, cool. Yeah.
No drugs, but
would you guys like to?
Service announcement.
Yeah.
Camel.
Would you guys like to? Camel Line. Would you like to? Get in. I know you guys aren't a bandwagon band, like, hey, let's support Greenpeace because it's Greenpeace, but is there some issues, man, that you guys have gotten into, that you guys are really into, kids or whatever? You know?
we recycle.
We do.
That's class.
We're not at the point where we can... Well, I mean... What am I trying to say? We don't... Just fall asleep. Okay. You'll be okay. No, I mean, we'd like to... I mean, I'm sure we support some causes, but we're not really big enough to make a dent at this point. But I'm sure, you know, if things go well, I'm sure we'll stand by some things.
You wear faux fur, I'm sure. You never wear fur.
We do wear fur, but it's always fake. You know, Cookie Man or Cookie Monster or...
I think
Cookie Man.
I think once you have a huge draw on stuff, like bands that typically would do something like that, it'd be cool to do things. I always thought for raise money for battered women, AIDS, the Chicken Soup Brigade, which Darren Wixon, our manager, used to take care of, all sorts of stuff like that. But whenever you're not a huge, we're not a huge band. We've had some lucky breaks and things are going really cool. But whenever things start furthering themselves, it'd be really cool to get into that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I always thought.
Touring help me, John.
God, I hope not as a talk show, but as an actor, you know, I've always thought, you know, when I make it, or whatever the hell that means, that I'd be able to support a cause, you know, some sort. Mine's the children, you know, keep positive.
Yeah.
You know, at one time, actually, in our show, I said positive so many times that my producer made me put a quarter in a bucket. Yeah, I mean, we're on a positive tip here on Ion Seattle, and we're going to keep coming at you on a positive tip. And positive, 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 positive. And everybody that knows me are like, you're just so completely negative when you get off the set. So it's like, man, I got to find another
So you're pretty good at integers then?
You know?
You realize that at the very end of that positive, there's a positive.
Yeah, okay. I dropped that.
Okay, good.
I'm very good at that.
I didn't mean to blow anybody's mind with that integer.
Yeah, I went like this.
Mathematics.
I look like a deer caught in headlights when you do that one down. Yeah, positive. Gosh, I guess, what do we have to go over? We had some questions scripted, actually. What gets you out of bed in the morning or in the afternoon?
Days of our lives.
It's gonna be big. How about yourself? You just don't get out of bed.
Jake doesn't.
You call him at 2 and he goes, what do you want?
I called yesterday.
I used to work, but I just, since I got on unemployment, you know what gets me?
I'm sure.
There's nothing to do but sleep, so let's wake up and do whatever banner.
I don't know if I want to go there. You got a gleam in your eye when you said that.
Turkey bagels get me out of bed.
Turkey bagel. There you go. Hey, yeah, that's one thing that was really important to me. I mean, I really did want to ask this question, and you might think I'm a moron, but I am.
when you're on tour, man, what do you guys eat, you know?
Oh, we were just talking about this. No more Taco Bell.
Taco smell.
No. Too many bathroom
59
stops.
cents. I know.
7-Eleven, APM.
Okay, so I'm not the only one whose bowels are affected.
No,
by
one more
smell.
time's out. Oh, no way, man. We used to have like before dump shows all the time. We'd play it on the road. We'd play it with Everclear. They're banging on the door going, come on, man.
Come on, man. Leave me.
We're preparing for the next road trip. The first one was so bad. The fan smelled like pooba all the time. So this time we're going to take vitamins and meal shakes.
So you guys actually set it up. Man, that was a classic question. I'm so proud of myself as a talk show right now. This is like the highlight of my talk show career, man, really. Is that I got one question.
On the road?
I mean, yeah, what do you eat on the road? That was huge, man. You don't understand. That was a big question that you guys all got into. That's, I don't know, man, where I'm going with this, because I'm not sure where we're going, but,
John liked to eat just cheese fries and buffalo.
John K, cheese fries, buffalo wings.
Spicy cheese fries.
Mr. Spicy.
Spicy cheese buffalo wings.
Is he
buffalo cheese fry wing.
He was that mysterious smell in the band, and
John's always kind of mysterious.
John needs a cigarette, I think.
Yeah, John, you should
Give him a drag.
Smoke the Who did the artwork? You did. Tell us a little bit about it.
Why don't you light that on fire?
Should I?
Ode to Kiss?
Ode to Kiss. Yeah. Hey, wasn't there a talk show actually somebody got booted off for lighting something up? You know, the comedian, Bob, he passed away. The other one, man, you got
Crispin Glover? Andy Kaufman.
Who was it?
Bobcat on Leno.
Yeah, Bobcat on Leno.
What did he light on fire?
He lit up the chair, man, and they kicked him off. They called security and booted him, man. That would be kind of...
That's kind of just cause, though.
Michael Rose here at Sit and Spin, the owner, man. If you start lighting up this new back room, we'll probably get our asses kicked instead of getting any notoriety. Sheesh, man. Where do we go from heaven? What non-musical stimuli influences the music of Super Deluxe?
M&M's and essential oil.
Well, everything. TV, movies, pop culture, art, everything.
Yeah, you guys actually, some childhood, I mean, you guys bring actually that whole 8-track kind of feel about yourself, you know, everywhere.
I wish they still had 8 tracks.
They do, man. They just not, they sell them, they just, you can't buy a damn machine to play them anymore.
Cheech and Chong, you guys still put an album out on 8 tracks?
That would be smooth, seriously. If you guys could be like the band, bring back 8-tracks, that would be...
Oh, yeah.
Super Deluxe is going to bring back the 8-tracks.
Speaking of our recording, little story. Little story. I know.
Good idea.
Promotion.
Oh, we have a little story.
No, it's not that great, but I mean, it's just a little something about our album. It was actually recorded in 2 days in our friend Gavin's basement, and we used it as a booking tape. We used it as a booking tape for like 6 months, and then Tim Kerr got a hold of it and said, let's master this and put it out. We said, let's do that. Don't be making faces. It's true.
And it actually worked, though. As booking, you guys chucked it together in 2 days, and it was a pretty clean tape.
We ripped off Nico's Blind, and it was a cool little demo.
That's smooth, man.
I have another slug story.
Slug story.
This one's for the women. I was little, and
I don't know
about
3 years old.
good.
So this is a slug story for the women.
That sounds kind of creepy, Jay. Yeah, it does.
Just listen. Okay.
Of course it is.
I used to put rocks in my mouth when I was little, and one day I came in the house and I had a slug in my mouth, and my mom goes, "What are you doing?" And I go, "Soft rock."
What kind of candy we're marketing called Soft Rock?
That's the story.
I thought that was
for all you women
or something.
I didn't even know where that was gonna go, man. That was
Didn't go very far.
I don't know why that was.
No, that was a classic, man.
That was definitely for the ladies.
So that's what I was thinking, man. This one's for the ladies, and I was like, what's he gonna do with this?
What the hell does that mean? Why is that for the ladies?
Well, that could be the maker of this band. That could be the one that pushes you completely over the top. MTV every 12 and a half seconds, the whole...
Every interview I'll tell the soft rock story.
Seriously, wait and save that for a big show where people watch, man, because the soft rock, that's a classic, man. That really, I enjoyed that just as myself. MTV, man, you guys got a video out. What's that like, man?
Well, don't let me answer.
Yeah.
A friend of mine actually shot the video, and we didn't have a budget, so it's kind of.
I know that feeling.
I mean, it's great.
I mean, MTV accepted it, so it'll be on tonight or next Sunday, I guess.
All right, speaking of the video.
Yeah, cut it, man. On that note, we have the big video from Super Deluxe. Let's go to the video.
Actually, it's a Seattle tour guide.
Watch Braden growl.
That was a great video, guys. Who thought of that idea?
It was all Chris's idea. Malarkey.
Malarkey. He calls Malarkey. The inspiration for that video, it was stunning. It was a very touching video, actually.
Tearjerker for sure.
Do you ever have problems like that with the look?
Let's not lie here, boys.
Actually, they told us to tone down.
Devil.
They told us to tone down actually a little bit because
We were a little crazy. We wore like
girdles,
all polyester leisure suits, glitter this, glitter that. We had bubbles and all this stuff. And
So you guys really were. You guys were huge before it was huge. I mean, glitters and bubbles, man. That right there that's superstar, man. That's got.
It was odd how things came along. I mean, how the Rolling Stone covers and stuff like that got more glittery and glitzy and stuff, and we're going, wait a second, we were doing that. We were asked to stop doing that. Now we're looking in the magazines, and that's what's going on, you know, and it's not a bad thing. I mean,
Just didn't want you to blow up too quickly, that's all, I guess.
Well, if John was here, what would his attitude be like, you know? I mean, not that John isn't here in present.
He would actually say about what he said.
Yeah.
John's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Is he, well, what are you working on right now? Are you guys just working on getting out there on tour and surviving this next tour? Or is there something huge in the works? But huge.
Well, I don't know.
We're ready to put out another record.
That's cool. You guys already have the songs down and everything?
Well, back up. We're putting out a Christmas album. I guess 5 or 6 songs. Christmas album. It'll be worth a kick. Yeah, I mean, it's really cool.
You guys
got our pictures taken at Sears. It rocked.
No way.
It's so cool.
What was the inspiration for that? Man, that's classic.
I know, it was excellent though.
What did you guys dress up like? I mean, it's just wearing whatever you wear.
Oh, you know, Santa hats, sweaters.
Like a Cole Porter tribute.
Yeah, it's cute.
It'll be cool. We're working on a European EP thing too.
Going to cut to a commercial. We're going to come back real quick with Super Deluxe and ask some final questions that are going to be very stimulating and exciting. On that note, here we come, commercial.
Where does he get his information about drugs, alcohol, and sex? One day he's a child, and the next he's making decisions that could risk his life. It's a helpless feeling for a parent because you can't always be with him to keep him safe. But you can teach him how to be safe, and those words will stay with him, even when we can't.
We can help you talk about AIDS. Call for a guide.
Yes, Dudley? I'm starving. Can we have a snack, Mom? Here's your snack, kids. Cheese, fruits, and I chopped up some carrot sticks. Thanks. What? No candy? No chewy gooey Thai bars? Eating too many snacks can cause tooth decay. But if you need a snack between meals, choose nutritious foods like fruits, vegetables, or cheese. I'm proud of these 242 teeth. That's why I'm eating nutritious food. That's right. Eat up, kids. Yay!
Most of us feel pretty safe when we're at work. But every year, highway and utility workers are injured or killed on the job. That's because drivers aren't careful and don't slow down when they approach work zones. Think about it. How would you like it if someone drove through your workplace at 65 miles an hour? Work zone crews are just doing their job.
Give them a break. Their lives depend on it.
Welcome back from the commercial.
Yeah.
Thanks for being with us. You're
say
lovely
commercial.
people. I didn't mean to say commercial. Welcome back anyhow. It's good. I love it. John K. for president.
Yeah. There's a nasty, vicious rumor going around that Chris Lockwood here is going to appear in a Calvin Klein commercial. Is that true?
Well, yes. Let's see.
Is that a personal question, don't you?
I mean, Jake Nessheim.
Jake Nessheim is my name.
And you do?
Any beat, get his hands on.
Yes.
I eat slugs and poop my hands.
And the happy awake one here is...
I'm John Kirsch.
Yes, and you are?
Not John Kirsch. I am Chris Lockwood.
Yes, and you do?
Purple Sparkle Drums.
And you've been great, and no, I truly mean that. You guys seem like a real cool, down-to-earth other people. And I do appreciate you being here on Seattle.
We appreciate you having us.
Yeah. And what about that group hug?
Oh, okay, it is.
Can we get a shot of the group hug?
We'll hug. Let's do it. Oh, wait a second.
Hey, that's dirty.
Hey.
Yeah, John has to be involved. And thanks for tuning in to Eye on Seattle. You just got to see the group hug. That made me really happy. Thank you very much. And I'll let you go home and get some sleep now.
Poor John.
Big John died.